Friday night in Washington, D.C. There's so much to do, but there's a lot of fans that are roaming through the concourses because tonight the Phils and the Washington Nationals get set for game number 2 of this 4-game series. The Nationals' magic number to clinch a playoff spot and the division has been whittled down to 4. Hi, everybody. I'm Tom McCarthy along with Ben Davis. We get set for tonight's ball game. The Phillies had a chance to win game 1, and that's important because game number 2 is going to be a tough task because of Max Scherzer being on the mound. Now, this rotation overall has been excellent for the Washington Nationals, even though they've used double digits in starters this year.
They have been good, and I make no mistake about it. We know about Harper and Murphy and Zimmerman and the damage that they can do offensively, but the pitching is the reason that they're in first place in the National League East.
Well, and the guy on the mound tonight, and Gio Gonzalez. I mean, Gio Gonzalez has had himself an excellent year, but Max Scherzer has been as dominant as you will find since he signed with the Washington Nationals. I mean, this turns out to be, at least for these 3 years, money well spent. It may not be that way in the years to come, but at least these 3 years.
It sure has, and I absolutely love watching this man take the hill. He is as good as anybody I've seen of all time. I'm telling you, that fastball is electric. The curveball, the slider. I think his changeup is unbelievable pitch, and he hardly ever throws it. So take a look at his numbers. He has just been very good. The ERA way down, and obviously the opponent's batting average.
And it's surprising that his win total is as low as it is. But I mean, he's been banged up a little bit. He's had a neck issue. He's had a calf issue that he's been dealing with in between these starts. Maybe the Phillies can get lucky and get after him tonight like they did with Jacob deGrom the other day up at Citi Field. So tonight is game 2 of this 4-game series. Jake Thompson pitched well his last time out. He'll be opposed by Scherzer. When we return, we'll get you lineups and first pitch. Phillies baseball is brought to you by Xfinity. Xfinity X1 will change the way you experience TV. By Toyota. Find your favorite model today. Toyota, let's go places. By Citizens Bank, official bank of the Phillies. Visit citizensbank.com. By Coca-Cola, taste the feeling. And by Independence Blue Cross. Live fearless. Learn more at IBX.com. Pete McCadden using him as the leadoff hitter again. Let's take a look at the Phillies lineup brought to you by Xfinity. Xfinity X1 will change the way you experience TV. Well, for the first time this year, Freddie Galvis is not in the starting lineup. Odubel Herrera is in center field, batting second, and Rhys Hoskins is at first base. But more importantly, J.P. Crawford makes his first major league start at shortstop tonight for the Phillies. They face Max Scherzer. We'll get to his numbers in a moment. But first, the first pitch of the night. And we're underway, and the count is 0-1. Cesar was 1 for 4 in last night's ball game with a double. Swing and a miss. 0-2. Scherzer making his 13th start, or excuse me, 14th start against the Phillies in his career. Cesar has 8 hits and 30 at bats against him. Off the hands, out towards shallow left field. Turner's going to track it down though, and 1 out here in the first. Scherzer 13-5 with an ERA of 2.19. He has 232 strikeouts and 172 in the third. And we take a look at our AARP getting to know Max Scherzer.
I talked about him in the open. He is as dynamic as pitcher as I've ever seen. I know that says a lot, but I will stand by that. I love the way he competes. Career versus fighting Phils, 8-1 with a 2.34 ERA. But this season, a 3.55 ERA in 2 starts.
He has 15 strikeouts and 12 2/3 against the Phillies this year. But I think that's the number that you look at. Only 12 2/3. Because for him, that's a little light.
Always been a guy that can handle the workload, that's for sure.
The only time the Phillies beat him was back in 2008. It was his first ever start against the Phils. They got him for 5 runs in 4 innings of work. Now it's 2-0 to Odubel. Scherzer is ready to go. Odubel is not. I think it's part of it is that you have to disrupt his rhythm a little bit. Although Odubel does this to every pitcher. Odubel fouls it away. He's riding a 20-game hitting streak. And he's had good numbers against Scherzer. He has a few extra base hits, 10 hits and 31 at bats against him. I mean, Scherzer's ready. And he's just looking in, trying to get his signs. Odubel still clicking the clay out of his spikes. Inside, and it's 3-1.
My favorite is when he takes his helmet off and shakes it out like there's dirt in there.
Yeah. You never know, Ben. Got to stay clean.
I think that last pitch was send a message.
What do you think this next pitch is going to do?
Go heater away.
3-2. 96 on that fastball. Look, Scherzer's on the mound. He's on the rubber. Odubel, he's just taking it sweet all the time. All right, now we're ready to go. And he grounds it foul down the third base line. What would be great right now is if Odubel fouls off like 5 pitches.
Oh. Scherzer's like, come on, man, get in the box.
And now the 3-2 pitch. Again fouled away, and it remains 3-2.
Take a little stroll here. He's just trying to get the steps up on his Fitbit.
I got to tell you, if this was a player against the Phillies, we probably would feel differently. But it is quite entertaining sometimes. This will be the 8th pitch of the at-bat coming up. 3 balls and 2 strikes with 1 man down. Outside ball. Ball 4. A 1-out walk. Rhys Hoskins is coming up. Let's take a look at our Nissan keys to the game.
Well, 1 offensive, 1 defensive. J.P. Crawford, I'd like to see him get the ball on the ground. He's been under a few. I knew he flied out to the outfield 4 times last night, so I'd like to see him come down on the baseball a little bit more. And Jake Thompson, keep the top 2 off the bases, meaning Turner and Howie Kendrick. Those 2 can create some havoc at the top of that lineup.
That'll bring Rhys Hoskins to the plate, hitting .296 with 12 home runs. Outside, 1 ball and no strikes. Hoskins is 0 for his last 8. He had some RBI situations last night. He was a little frustrated after the ball game.
He was, and I talked to him today, and he said, yeah, I had some good ones to hit, and I just flat out didn't hit him. He said it was very frustrating.
The Lucky McDonald's Phillies home run jackpot contestant is Nicole Walker of Newtown. Phillies hit a home run in today's ball game, then Nicole will win $100. McDonald's enjoy a cold soft drink or freshly brewed hot coffee for only $1. I'm loving it.
Good luck, Nicole.
Three balls and no strikes to Hoskins. Scherzer in his last start got hit with a comebacker in his calf, and he was a little concerned as to whether he could make this start. So he's had the neck issue and the calf issue. It hasn't discouraged his velocity because he's hitting 96 and 97 on his fastball. Inside ball 4, so back-to-back walks.
What Philly hit him this year? It was here. Remember, I had the game, and he went down in a heap. Did Scherzer?
He's going to take a little bit of a walk, trying to get rid of the frustrations of these 2 walks that he's just issued.
I think Odubel had a lot to do with that. I think he was very frustrated.
No question. Michael Saunders is the one who hit the ball off the knee of Max Scherzer. Here's Nick Williams. Williams 1 for 4 last night with 2 strikeouts. And he fouls it back 0-1. First time he's facing Scherzer. Williams with 40 runs batted in. He is celebrating his 24th birthday today. Senior man on that list, Nick Hundley. Takes a step back. That one's hit well out toward right center field. Taylor going back. It is gone into the first row for Nick Williams, a 3-run home run, and the Phillies take a 3-0 lead here in the top of the first inning.
Happy birthday, Nick Williams.
It's a great present.
What'd you do on your birthday? Well, I went up top off Max Scherzer. No big deal.
Well, 10th home run, 43 runs batted in now for Nick Williams.
That got out in a hurry. Tries to sneak that fastball in there, and that is center cut.
Well, he is one of 8 Phillies now with at least 10 home runs, and Scherzer, he was not pleased about it. And as Ben said, it all started with the walk to Odubel Herrera, as Michael Taylor will take care of Maikel Franco. And there are 2 outs here in the first. 11 first inning runs allowed by Scherzer.
Amazing what those walks will do. You just don't see it out of Scherzer, the way he can command the strike zone.
42 RBIs now for Williams since the All-Star break. That moves him into the top 10. And he just won $100 for Nicole Walker of Newtown and a McDonald's home run jackpot.
Way to go, Nicole.
1 ball and no strikes to Hyun-Soo Kim. Fastball low, and it's 2-0. Kim fouls it away. Boy, it's such a different pace for Scherzer, and I know that it's probably this way with most pitchers, but more so with Scherzer. It's more it's a little clearer. Somebody on compared to nobody on. His pace is so different. And a lot of guys take a while when a guy's on base, but he takes forever to get rid of the baseball.
It's drastically different.
Something that Mike Maddox has told these guys to incorporate. Strasburg was the first one to do it this year. Two balls, two strikes to Kim. And now 3-2. This will be the 25th pitch of the inning, and it's ball 4. It's the third walk issued by Scherzer. Yeah, that'll bring Jorge Alfaro to the plate. Well, obviously they're going to watch him closely because of the ball off his calf in his last outing. Swing and a miss by Alfaro. Jorge last night was 1 for 4 with a home run. He was fine offensively. Defensively, he was fine except for the 6th inning. He had a little trouble behind the plate. How about this, though? 26 pitches by Scherzer. This will be number 27 here in the 1st inning. Off the hands, 0-2.
Now, earlier this season, you'd say, well, so you get these pitch count up of these starters so we get in that bullpen. Well, you can't really say that anymore. The additions that they've made to their bullpen.
But the fact they have a 3-0 lead, in all honesty, they would see different pitchers.
Well, regardless, you just want Scherzer out.
Yep.
Because of who he is.
Swing and a miss. Picks up his first strikeout that wraps up the 1st inning. He'll stop off the mound after giving up a 3-run home run to Nick Williams, the birthday boy, celebrating number 24 with his 10th home run of the year. We'll go to the bottom of the 1st. It's the Phillies 3 and the Nationals coming up for the first time. Last night's ball game, but came from behind to win it. Tonight they trail at 3-0 here in the bottom of the 1st. Let's take a look at his lineup, brought to you by Xfinity. Xfinity X1 will change the way you experience TV. Couple of changes. Howie Kendrick is starting tonight and is in left field. Anthony Rendon is batting right behind Ryan Zimmerman, who has excellent numbers here at Nationals Park. Rendon did not play in last night's ball game. They'll face right-hander Jake Thompson Thompson 1-1, an ERA of 4.50. Let's hope he can duplicate what he did his last time out when he struck out 7 in 6 innings of work. First pitch to Trey Turner's in there, and it's 0-1. Turner had essentially the game-winning hit last night with his ground ball up the middle. This time he breaks his bat. J.P. Crawford, his first chance at shortstop, and 1 away. Thompson's scouting report.
Sit about 92. Curve, cutter, slider, splitter. I'd like to see the pitches per inning down at 16.5. I'd like to see that come down a bit, but relies heavily on that sinker. You just saw it there to Turner.
Howie Kendrick was 1 for 1 with a walk in last night's game. Howie is zeroing in on playing as many games with the Nationals as he played with the Phillies, despite the fact he's been here for a much shorter period of time. Tonight is his 36th game with the Nationals. He played in only 39 games with the Phillies. Dusty Baker somehow has kept him healthy. The ball's at 2 strikes to Kendrick. Fly ball down the right field line. Tonight's ball game is also available in Spanish. Just use the SAP button on your television or change the language through the menu on your cable box. Howie overall hitting .310 with 5 home runs and 22 runs batted in. Fouls another one off. His career numbers against the Phillies.
Gorgeous night here in DC. Just beautiful.
Looks like we'll have a pretty big, much larger crowd tonight than last night. Bouncer foul. What is it with the number 2 hitters in these lineups tonight?
This is something Howie Kendrick's done his entire career. He at bat last night against Adam Morgan was incredible.
Low, ball 1.
No, velocity isn't everything, but it's nice to see him reach up there to 94.
Another one fouled off down the right field line.
Get away with one there.
Off the hands, it'll be blooped into right center field for a base hit for Kendrick. So he wins that battle. It's a 1-out single, and it brings Daniel Murphy to the plate.
What an AB that was.
It was a 9-pitch at bat for Howie Kendrick. And now Murphy was 1 for 3 last night with a walk. His one hit was a double. That's not too shabby when you're 6 for your last 12. On the outside corner, according to Jeff Kellogg. I don't know if Murphy agreed with that or not.
Is that as far as you're going to go tonight? Got a nickel every time I heard that line.
Outside, 1 ball, 1 strike. Jeff Kellogg is the crew chief tonight. They have switched up the umpiring crew. Will Little's at first, James Hoy is at second, and Sean Barber is around at third. Last night's crew was actually in Miami with the Marlins and Nationals the night before. And they needed somebody to fill in for that day yesterday because this crew was somewhere else. And now this crew will take us through the weekend. And a base hit through the vacant hole at shortstop. Kendrick's on his way to third. The throw by Kim is right on past Maikel Franco, and an excellent backup by Jake Thompson.
Excellent backup.
Oh, it's great base running too by Kendrick, who realized that Kim was deep and was kind of back on his heels a little bit, and how he was able to go first to third.
Yeah, very aggressive there, but nice job by Jake just to get there. 99 out of 100 times you're just doing it just because you're supposed to back it up. But take it, look right here, Jake Thompson. It's one thing to back it up, but he gets on the proper angle. I mean, that ball would have definitely gone in the Phillies dugout. He takes the proper angle to line it up with Kim from left field.
And Maikel was trying to pick it and apply the tag instead of getting in front of it. All right, so now Zimmerman with 93 runs batted in, with runners on first and third and 1 man down here in the bottom of the first inning. And he hits one back toward the middle, a base hit, and the Nationals are on the board. Murphy stops at second base as Odubel gets to it quickly. So it's a 3-1 ball game.
That went down a Warrior.
I wasn't sure if it was going to get past Cesar Hernandez or not.
A slider there. Zimmerman hits it right off the end.
Rendon, 23 home runs, 91 runs batted in. In the dirt, and it's 1-0. Rendon excellent with runners in scoring position, hitting .383. Folks feel like he is the real MVP of this team offensively. I mean, when you have him and Zimmerman,
especially after the April that he had.
Well, yeah, but it's hard to argue. They combined for 185 RBIs. Inside 2-0. Runners in scoring position. The Nationals have owned everybody else this year. 296. The National League average 262. The Phillies have actually climbed up, and the Phillies are up to 271 with runners in scoring position. Side, Hoskins comes in. He's under it. Infield fly rule was called by Jeff Kellogg, the home plate umpire, and there are 2 outs. Already busy with all the back-to-school fun? Well, no problem. Catch the Phils while you shop, while you drive the kids to and from practice. Download the NBC Sports app today to keep up with all your favorite Philly teams. That Wieters 1 for 4 in last night's game. Takes outside. After foul. Well, if Thompson can get out of this with only 1 run scoring, that would be a huge jump in confidence.
That's why it's so key. That's why it was one of my keys of the game, to keep Turner and Kendrick off the bases, because you know what's coming. You got some thunder coming in the middle of this lineup.
Thompson at 21 pitches. This will be number 22 here in the first. Thompson has also thrived when there have been runners in scoring position. Batting average against wise. He has given up a hit tonight. The hit to Ryan Zimmerman. Down and away, and it's 3-1. I don't think he's working around Wieters at all here. Obviously, with runners on first and second, I just think his command's just off a little bit here in the first. Ground ball right side. This should do it for the inning. Nice easy hop for Cesar. So he holds them to just 1 run on 3 hits. Nationals lead 2. We go to the second. It's Nick Williams 3, Ryan Zimmerman 1.
Final dollar dog day of the season. Miami Marlins at 7:05. Final Hatfield Phillies Frank dollar dog night of the season. Visit Phillies.com to order.
Nice job, Ben.
I didn't know if you were going to come on and give the score first.
No. Ben, Jeff said promo. As J.P. Crawford punches that one right past Trey Turner.
See that?
Base hit.
Keep the ball on the ground.
Well, you know, it's a good thought though too. I mean, because everything has been in the air. And Freddie Galvis not starting tonight for the first time this year. Now Pete said that he is going to try to get Freddie into the ball game as a pinch hitter or as a pinch runner or something, just so he can continue to add to his total of games played. They've decided moving forward, and it's a little bit of a change to what they said last week. They've decided moving forward that Freddie would not start at other positions. And it's partly because by moving to the outfield, and it makes sense. There were so many throws that Freddie made, not only to warm up but also to get ready to play the outfield, that unfortunately his arm started bothering him. It's just a different mechanic.
Right.
So they've decided, you know what, best interest for Freddie, best interest for the team is to, if he's not playing shortstop, he doesn't play. As Thompson bunts it to the right side, Zimmerman has it. Sacrifice is successful. First sacrifice bunt of the year for Thompson. 3-4 on the putout.
You think about it, it makes sense, because why would you take your best defensive player and not keep him in his best position?
Yeah, Freddie, we've told you 162 games was important to him, but after sitting down with Pete a second time, it's important, but it's also important for him to stay healthy. Pete said, when asked today about Freddie's status, he said, in my mind, Freddie is the shortstop moving forward. He said, listen, I expect him to win a Gold Glove this year. He should have won it last year, and I expect him to win it this year. Here's Cesar with a runner at second, and he's tied up on a cutter, and it's 0-1. Cesar popped out his first time up.
Is it me, or is Howie Kendrick really, really deep in left field?
He is very deep. But I also think that De Aza is pretty deep in right field too. Now it is the pull side for Cesar. Yeah, but he is deep. One ball and one strike to Cesar.
They do have scouting reports. I mean, look at the ball he hit at Citi Field the other night. Over the left fielder's head, short hop the left field fence. So they go on what the scouts say to do.
Change up, 1-2.
That's that pitch we were talking about in the open a little bit. He just throws that change up 13.6% of the time coming into tonight's game. I just think it's such a weapon that I think he underutilizes.
Balls, 2 strikes to Cesar, and that one's lifted in the air to right field. Crawford's going to go back to tag. De Aza is under it and draws the throw. Pretty good throw.
It was a good throw, and you could hear the Phillies bench yelling, tag, tag.
2 outs, and here's Odubel Herrera.
And to start the cat and mouse game again.
I wonder if Scherzer might.
He does have a base open here.
I wonder if he might do something here. Although he's down 3-1, and he hasn't had the best of command tonight, so maybe he won't want to fool around. Off the hands, down the left field line. Kendrick on the run toward foul territory, makes the catch. Side is retired. Phillies lead one in scoring position. We've played 1.5. We'll go to the bottom of the third. It's the Phillies 3 and the Nationals 1. 2014 season. Watch every out-of-market game live at home, in the office, or on the go with MLB.tv. Your subscription includes an at-bat premium, allowing you to watch live baseball on over 400 mobile and connected devices. Blackout and other restrictions apply. Visit MLB.tv for details. Michael Taylor leads things off. And it's 1 ball and no strikes to Taylor. Line drive just past J.P. Crawford into left center field. And Taylor's aboard. Taylor's had himself a solid year.
Really bounced back year from last season.
Well, and considering the fact that they lost Adam Eaton, I mean, he has done quite a nice job filling in for Eaton, because he was supposed to be just the 4th outfielder this year. Got to step up if somebody goes down. Dusty always felt like he would be productive. At least he did last year. Hitting .275 since taking over center field. Here's De Azo with a runner at first. Look at this. 0-2.
That's a slaughter right there.
Max Scherzer were just asking if that was the slider that Jake Thompson threw. Man takes his crap seriously, Ben.
Yes, he does. Max effort on everything he does.
There goes the runner. Pitches a check swing, and Alfaro can't get the ball out of his glove and get a grasp of it. So a stolen base. 14th of the year for Taylor.
It's a shame too. He was out there, but I had Jake Thompson at 1.09 to home plate, which is very fast. Jorge just can't get a grip on it. It's something that, talking with Pete McKenna today, you know, the catching and the throwing is a concern for them right now. Pete said it's something that they desperately need to work on and continue to work on. You can see his frustration.
Yeah.
He thinks with the arm strength that Cameron and Jorge both possess, their throws should be better. Because they do. They both have really good arms. Net saved another fan.
Sure did. Yeah, the dirt. Alfaro keeps it around the area. And it's 2-2. They appeal. No swing, says the third base umpire, Sean Barber.
Not even close.
to second base. That'll move the runner over to third. 4-3 on the putout. It brings Scherzer up. Scherzer has 5 sacrifice bunts this year. Phillies corners are playing in at the bag. Scherzer squares, bunts at it, and takes low. 1 ball, no strikes.
Safety squeeze.
Bob Henley laying down the signs in the third base coach's box. It's not a bad idea to do it. You've got speed over at third if you can lay the bunt down properly. Swinging away, and he punches it into foul territory down the right field line. And out of play. Somebody's whistling. It's the Phillies dugout trying to get Rhys Hoskins to come in a little bit over at first. Down the right field line, Nick Williams is. Ooh, he can't make the catch. It's a foul ball. So we'll do it all over again. If he caught it, a run would have scored. But he was still trying to catch it because we're only in the second inning.
Just slicing away from him. I thought he was going to be. Ooh, that was close. Just not sure where that railing was. Might not be the worst thing for the Phillies that he didn't catch it.
One ball, 2 strikes. Here's Bryce Harper. Hasn't really done a whole lot since that knee injury. There were reports that there was also a calf injury as well. Fly ball, shallow center field. Odubel's coming in. Taylor's tagging. Odubel has it. Taylor draws the throw. And it's a one-hopper right to Alfaro. 2 outs. And to the top of the order for Trey Turner.
See, Bryce took his cornrows out.
Did you see that the other day?
Yeah. Guess when you're bored on the DL, you got to do something.
Got to do something.
You ever thought about doing that with your hair?
You know, I've got to let it grow out a little bit first. Can't say I haven't thought about it. Turner takes a breaking ball and spins it foul up the first base line. Trey Turner provided us with our Geico quote of the day on the magic number, which is down to 4. That number keeps shrinking, and that's a good thing. You want it to go to 0 as fast as it can. Two. I think a lot of what happens from a magic numbers standpoint, it's at 4, will dictate who starts Sunday for the Nationals and Dusty Baker. They have not decided who it will be who will face up against Ben Lively. Could be Steven Strasburg. Could be somebody else. And Turner loops it out toward left center or left field. It's going to drop in front of Kim. RBI single. It's now a 3-2 ball game. Thought they might try to go away to him instead of coming in.
The first 2 pitches, the foul ball off the end of his bat, and then missed another breaking ball and try and get in there, but is that a splitter that just really backed up?
Yeah, I think it is. I think it was,
because Jorge was not set up inside.
One ball and no strikes to Kendrick. He singled his first time up and came around and scored. Over to shortstop. J.P. Crawford has it. He flips to second, and the inning is over. But the Nationals are able to get another one on the RBI single by Trey Turner. We head to the third. Phil's 3, Nats 2. Position, and we're going to see him at second base as well. But there is a logjam, which does happen with young teams. But versatility is not the worst thing in the world.
No, and it gives the manager such an advantage when writing up lineups. If there's a guy that's hot at a particular time, you need to keep him in the lineup. You just say, well, I can only play him at one position. You know, I'm going to let him sit another. No, he can move somewhere else.
Rhys Hoskins leads it off. I mean, Hoskins, look what he's been able to do out in left field. He has played well out in left field to the point where, let's say if the Phillies decide to go with Tommy Joseph at first base next year, or keep Tommy in this lineup and his 20+ home runs, Rhys can easily play left field.
Yes, 100%.
So it's a nice problem to have. It will take care. I mean, like everything else, it's going to take care of itself.
Yes,
in one way, shape, or form. 1-1 is fouled back by Hoskins.
And like all positions and position players, I think it'll sort itself out, like you said, just because whoever's hits is going to play. That's what it's going to come down to.
And the other thing too is that, you know, JP has a little longer swing right now here in the big leagues. It might have worked awfully well in AAA, but it's a little long right now, and he'll have to work on that, just like every young hitter will. But it's a nice problem to have, Murph, and the other part of it is there are other things that have been even brighter spots with all these young players coming up.
Yeah, the conversation that Matt Klentak had with the media today obviously touched on a myriad of different topics, but one of them, well, they focused in on these young players that we're getting a chance to see in the final month of the season. And Nick Williams, of course, being one of those players that Matt Klentak was talking about, obviously talking about Rhys Hoskins and what he's been able to do, but he didn't want to minimize what Nick Williams has been able to do. And he said, you know, you look at a guy like Nick, who when he was in the minor leagues, the organization asked him to work on a bunch of different things to get him ready to be in the big leagues and to produce in the big leagues. And, you know, to Nick's credit, he went down there and he worked very hard on the specific things that the organization was asking him to do. Then he arrives in the big leagues and he steps onto a major league field and he begins to produce right away. And you know, Matt Klentak has always said that when they bring players to the big leagues, they want them to stay in the big leagues. They don't want them back and forth if they can avoid it. And he said, you know, Nick has certainly made the most of his situation so far. And he said one of the best things about him is the way he arrives at the ballpark every day, and we've seen this, with a big smile on his face, always ready to play, always anxious to play. He's had a great attitude, and I think that attitude has kind of rubbed off in that clubhouse. There's a genuine excitement around Nick Williams, and I think it rubs off on the other guys, and it's certainly a good thing. And he has been a pleasant surprise. And all of that was said before the 3-run home run tonight. So yeah. There you go.
Oh, it's been nice to see, and I think the other part of it is not that we saw Nick last year, but we've talked about this. There was some criticism of him not playing every inning, every game, every at bat, right, like he should. Well, we have not seen anything like that.
Not in the least.
2 balls and 1 strike to Williams. Swing and a miss. 2-2.
But like someone like Nick, obviously the play helps to be happy all the time, the way he's played since his call up. But the man always has a smile on his face, and that just makes puts everybody in a good mood. Obviously, winning helps, but you know, you see him in the clubhouse, just out on the field. Oh, man is always smiling.
Swing and a miss. He's down on strikes with a fastball. That is the 3rd strikeout for Scherzer.
Both strikeouts to Rhys and to Nick. Both fastballs up top at 97 miles an hour.
Well, now with 2 away, here's Maikel Franco. Franco fly to center, his only time up on 1 pitch. And he swings at the first pitch. It's 0-1. In Matt's bull session with the media, he also talked about Maikel and feeling that although it's been a down year average wise for Maikel, and even RBI and home run wise, as he's going to beat this one out, an infield hit. He feels like he is definitively still in the plans for the future for the Phils, because you know, the hope is that he will revert back to some of the offensive form he had last year.
And I think that's what is frustrating to the coaching staff, to Matt Stairs, who works with these guys every day, because you know it's in there. You know, he's done it, and we've seen him do it. But just having him do it consistently has been, it's been tough.
1 ball and no strikes to Kim, who walked his first time up. Had a play over the tarp on the left side. 3-2. It means Franco's going to be off. Zimmerman will play behind him at first base.
That's the one you can't miss against Scherzer.
Yeah, because he might give you that one pitch each at bat.
That's it.
They're going to go in against Kim. Franco will be off. There he goes. And the pitch is lined out to left, right at Kendrick. Side is retired. Phillies leave another base runner. They've left 3 through the first 3. They maintain a 1-run lead as we go to the bottom of the third. It's the Phils 3, the Nationals 2. Honda dealer. Visit DelBalHondaDealers.com and buy W.B. Mason. Who bought W.B. Mason from Fast Free Delivery? Nobody does it better. Cool night here in D.C. The Phillies on top 3-2. Daniel Murphy will lead things off. It'll be Murphy, Zimmerman, and Rendon against Jake Thompson. I think Jake kind of needs an easy inning if he can. It's no easy task when you're facing 3, 4, and 5. Murphy takes outside. Since the Nationals picked up Daniel Murphy, if you look at his numbers against if you put him up against other players in Major League Baseball, he is second in doubles, 86, second only to Jose Ramirez. He's 9th in hits, but he's not too far off Jose Altuve, who's the leader. He's 9th in RBIs. He's tied for 4th in extra base hits. Nolan Arenado leads the way with 160. He has 140. He's in the top 10 in all of Major League Baseball in OPS. 958. Trout is the leader at 1037. I mean, the numbers are really good. They have him for 1 more year. Check swing. Did he go? No.
I think he's a bargain for $37 million investment
over 3 years, not per year.
Right.
Over 3.
He got 8 last year, 12 this season. He'll get next year. He'll get 17.5. But
I mean, in this day and age, you're right.
Yeah.
Davey Lopes lets that one go by. Davey wants Nothing to do with that foul ball. When you do different, when you run different numbers like that, it kind of gives you an idea of who the best players are in baseball. Ramirez obviously was a surprise with the doubles that he was number 1. Now there's ball 4. So a leadoff walk that brings Zimmerman to the plate. But Altuve, Arenado, and Trout, those are the 3 names that have popped up at the top of the leaderboard in all the categories that we talked about.
Get a ball on the ground here, turn 2.
Breaking ball the inside corner, 0-1. Oh, 2. That is, maybe high?
No.
Pitchcast presented by Mazda. A little high.
How does Zimmerman not swing at it? That's what I want to know.
You're right about that. Check swing out towards second. Cesar boots it and everybody is safe. Boy, that was as double play a ball as you will find off the bat of Ryan Zimmerman. It'll be the 11th error of the year for Cesar.
Couldn't have asked for a more tailor-made double play. And I don't know why he's trying to rush it. You know who's running? Zimmerman's little check swing there. Not the fleetest of foot. And he just clanks it. I know you can't assume a double play, but if there ever was going to be one, it would have been right then.
So runners on first and second for Rendon. Rendon loops it over the head of Davey Lopes, foul.
A lot of breaking balls this inning.
Aaron Nola last night 5 1/3, 3 runs and 7 hits. Outside. Sharply foul, 1-2. Anthony Rendon does not go down easy. It's part of why his success has been so high this year. 24 plate appearances without a strikeout.
It's incredible, and still be able to do the damage that he does. 302, 23, and 91.
Over toward the first base side. Hoskins has it and boots it, and Rendon is out at first. Well, again, he can't assume the double play. That'll be a fielder's choice, and it's 3 unassisted. 1 out here in the third.
Been nice to get that runner at second, get Zimmerman at second, just to keep double play in order here. Got to catch it first.
In reality, Thompson should be out of this inning, but instead there's only 1 man down. The tying run is at third, and Matt Wieters is the batter. Phillies play the infield back as Wieters takes a changeup. And it's 1 ball, no strikes. Zimmerman should have been doubled up. I know you can't assume the double play, as Ben said. In the dirt. Outside, and it's 3-0.
Not sure if that's a changeup or he's just lost some velocity. On the board here it says fastball, but 87. It could be a splitter as well.
Ball 4. Bases are now loaded for Michael A. Taylor. Bob McClure heading out.
It sure looked like a pitch around to me, and I don't really see the reason for it because Wieters can still do some damage, but coming into tonight's game hitting just 235.
Time now for the Jeep Stump the Fans trivia question. Log on to Phillies.com. Go to the fans section for all the information. Please submit your answer on the subject line. Ben, the question is, what 2 teams has Ryan Madson played for between the Phillies and the Nationals?
Good question. I believe I have an answer for you.
We talked about it last night. Bases are loaded. On the inside corner to Taylor, it's 0-1. Taylor's first time up single to left field. Misjudged it. It goes right out by me. Better get to it because Taylor can run. 1 run is in. Here comes the second run. Wieters is right on his tail. Taylor's heading home. The throw to the plate is off the glove of Alfaro, and that's going to be an inside the park grand slam for Michael A. Taylor.
Boy, did this inning unfold terribly wrong for the Philadelphia Phillies.
Well, defensively, there have just been 3 misplays. You can call that a misplay because Odubel misjudged it.
I mean, that came off the bat hot as could be off Michael A. Taylor. And it just starts to gain altitude and nothing Odubel can do about it. This ball just goes into a different gear. And you're right. Taylor can fly.
Nationals on top. Curtain call for Taylor. And it's 1 ball and no strikes.
I've seen that twice here at this ballpark.
Aaron Altair.
Right inside the park. Grand slam.
Over to first on 1 hop. Hoskins has it, 3 unassisted.
And that's why I don't necessarily like the pitch around Wieters, because you know exactly Cesar with the misplay, and then Rhys Hoskins could at least gotten the lead runner, and then Odubel. All this inning.
Yeah, Thompson should be in the dugout, and it should still be 3-1. Now again, he pitches around Wieters.
But yeah, the pitch around Wieters to get to Taylor, who's been hot as could be.
Here's Scherzer. He has a little different hop in his step now. 2 balls and no strikes.
Say you get Wieters out, then you got De Aza coming up hitting 179.
Now towards center field, Odubel makes the catch, and the side is finally retired. Well, Jake Thompson deserved a better fate than what he got in this inning. 4-run score on the inside the park grand slam by Michael Taylor at 6-3 Nationals. Very same day. That's right. WB Mason delivers all the brands you need to keep your facility running, like Scott products that deliver superior value and an optimum balance of quality and affordability. All delivered for free by who? Who but WB Mason. Jake Thompson has allowed 6 runs, 4 in the last inning on an inside the park grand slam. A couple of things on that play. Obviously Odubel misjudged it, but Odubel also didn't react to get back quickly initially, which gave Taylor even more of an opening.
And it was all his ball, because no way the corner outfielders could have gotten with how hard that ball was hit. There's no way their outfielders could have came to back up Odubel.
Alfaro fouls it back. It's 0-2. Thompson getting his helmet on. Swing and a miss. Alfaro strikes out. 4 strikeouts. The other part of it is now you've allowed Scherzer to get into a little bit of a rhythm. With 1 away, Crawford's coming up. Time for a cold hard fact. Here's Greg Murphy.
Yeah, presented by Clean Crisp Coors Light, and getting Max Scherzer into a rhythm is not a good thing as you take a look at the most wins since 2013. Yep, he is right on the top of that list. 86 wins for Max Scherzer since 2013. Clayton Kershaw second on the list with 81, followed by Greinke and Kluber and John Lester. But Max Scherzer, he knows how to front run him with the best of them.
Sure does.
And, you know, he had him on the ropes a little bit early in this game and let him right back in.
Imagine having that as your starting 5. that group.
That'd be all right, wouldn't it?
I was telling Murph, I was actually telling Tom about, I said, did you see that stuff Kluber was throwing up there last night? I mean, I was watching some of the highlights.
Yeah.
That man is filthy.
If you had that as your starting rotation, I could be in the bullpen.
Crawford loops it out toward left. It's not deep. Kendrick is there. Another 2 outs. Cleveland won its 15th consecutive game last night, which is a franchise record. It's been a long time since that franchise has been around, and that is their record. They're up 3-0 tonight in the top of the 5th inning against the Orioles. They finished off their road trip 11-0. It's the 5th time in baseball history that a team has finished off a road trip with 11 or more wins without a loss.
That's some good room service.
Thompson fouls it back. 0-2. Swing and a miss. Scherzer has a 1-2-3 shutdown inning here in the 4th. Just an 8-pitch inning. 5 strikeouts now for Scherzer. We'll go to the bottom of the 4th inning. Nationals 6, Phillies 3. Baseball is brought to you by Nissan. Shop ChooseNissan.com. And by McDonald's. Enjoy a cold soft drink or freshly brewed hot coffee for only $1. I'm loving it. Here's Turner. That lines one out to left center field. On the run is Odubel. It's over his head. He plays it well off the wall, and Turner's going to get to second base with a sliding double.
Boy, that thing was peppered.
19th double of the year for Trey Turner.
First pitch swinging. Just the fastball he gets on top of and backspins it right off the left center field fence.
Hendricks singled his first time up and scored. Fielder's choice his last time up. And it's outside, 1-0. Over to third. Franco boots it. Picked up by Crawford. Flips to Franco, who drops it again.
This is unbelievable.
This is just a terrible night defensively for the Phillies.
And it's something, honestly, all season they've been pretty darn good defensively. But tonight, a completely different story.
Yeah, it's only going to be the second error of the game for the Phils, but they've made a handful of others. He just let that play him.
I like to see him attack that more, get it more on the short hop.
Great presence of mind by J.P. Crawford to flip to him, but Franco wasn't totally ready for it. Inside and low, 1 ball and no strikes. Murphy singled his first time up, walked and scored his last time. 86 runs scored now for Murphy. Ground ball back toward the middle, should be 2. And it will be 2, but a run scores. It's 7-3 Washington. Finally a clean play. Murphy does not get an RBI. He'll get a pat on the back to get the run home. Turner gets some high fives. And now Ryan Zimmerman is coming up. Zimmerman picked up his 94th RBI of the year in his first at bat. He has 2 other 100 RBI seasons under his belt, trying to make this his 3rd. Broken bat, chopper out to third base. Franco's up with it. Another inning is over. 5-3 on the putout. A run scores. We'll go to the 5th. 7-3 Nationals. for our State Farm double play. We just saw it, and the Phillies were able to turn this one cleanly off the bat of Daniel Murphy.
And 4-6-3. And that is the first big league double play turned by J.P. Crawford. That is your State Farm double play. State Farm, here to help life go right.
Cesar Hernandez will lead it off. He's 0 for 2. He's popped out and flied out.
Not the first one that JP was a part of, but the first one he actually turned.
Scherzer allowed the 3-run home run to Nick Williams in the first inning. Since that time, he's allowed 2 singles. One in the second, another one in the third. He's retired the last 4 hitters that he's faced. One ball and 1 strike.
Get a couple back here. Saying you got to get all 4 back in one time, but that would be nice, though.
Two and 2. Over to the first base side, backhanded by Zimmerman. Easy flip to Scherzer, 1 out. And Odubel's coming to town, or coming up. The Los Angeles Dodgers are coming to town. A 4-game series, 3 night games and a day game. Begins Monday, September 18th. Wraps up on Thursday, the 21st. Go to Phillies.com to purchase your tickets. Dodgers are trying to figure out what the heck is going on with this. They've lost 7 consecutive games.
I turned on that ball game last night. Of course, watched it to the end because that's what I do. And it's 3rd inning, and they put up a big. They knocked out Kershaw. Came out after 4 innings, and they just lineup was really clicking. Well, Colorado Rockies.
Rockies needed it. You know, they've actually extended their lead over Milwaukee and St. Louis in the wild card to 3 games. They needed a little breathing. 1-0 pitches in there. 1 ball, 1 strike.
But if you're the Dodgers, better do it now than when the playoffs start.
Pitch count was a 28 after the first inning, but he has definitely settled down since. Outside corner, 1-2. Herrera walked his first time up, flied out his second time. And Odubel's down, looking on strikes. 2 away. He tried to get time. It wasn't granted. 6 strikeouts for Scherzer.
A little revenge right there for Scherzer.
Yeah. He didn't have time there, and he wasn't even looking. And Scherzer was probably pretty pleased about that. The umpire does not have to grant time.
No. And he was in the box.
Now Rhys Hoskins, he struck out his last time up. Two and one. That 95-mile-an-hour fastball had a little cut to it at the end.
Good straight changeup. Changeup has like a little hump in it. You know, it gets halfway there. It like seems like it goes up and then the bottom falls out.
Yeah, it's a difference of between 10 and 11 miles per hour too between the fastball. I'm surprised he only throws it, like you said, 13% of the time. 2-2 pitch. Whacked foul past Juan Samuel. Well, Odubel probably takes longer than, I would say, 95% of the hitters in baseball to get in the box. I'm just giving the benefit of the doubt. We haven't seen everybody in the American League. And Jeff Kellogg probably looked at that as an opportunity to say, you know what, I'm going to speed this guy up a little bit. Scherzer tried the change up again. Hoskins got a piece of it.
Nationals looking to go to 5-3 on the season wearing these tops. Stats for everything.
I thought they were under 500 with these tops. Isn't that what you said yesterday?
4-3.
So that's the vulnerable that you thought they were wearing these tops.
Day games are 25 and 27.
Oh, okay. So you wanted them to wear these tops on Sunday afternoon.
On a day game, yes.
Gotcha. We have too much time on our hands. Or you have too much time in your hands.
There's just too many numbers.
This is an 8-pitch at bat for Reese, trying to make it number 9. Let's see if he can cash in with the Phils down 4. They led it 3-0. She seems pretty confident that the Scherzer red.
13-8 with the red tops on.
5 games over 500. Inside 3-2. Scherzer thought it might have been strike 3. The home plate umpire flinched a little bit. Now Hoskins runs the count full. Take a look at a pitch cast presented by Mazda. Well, be the 11th pitch. Dusty Baker doesn't seem concerned.
Curveball.
That's the thing. It's a guessing game when you face Scherzer because he has so many good pitches that he can throw within the strike zone at any time.
And that curveball he very rarely throws, just 8% of the time. I don't remember him throwing another one all night.
Gets him on a breaking ball. Hoskins strikes out for the second time. 7 strikeouts for Scherzer. Got a 1-2-3 innings, retired 7 in a row, and moved to the bottom of the 5th. Jake Thompson back to work. Minor League Report. Citizens Bank, the official bank of the Phils. Visit citizensbank.com. All right, the International League playoffs. They've got to the bottom of the 4th inning, and Scranton leads Lehigh Valley 3-2. Lehigh Valley just scored 2 runs in their half of the 3rd inning. Brock Stassi picked up an RBI and a double. Stassi batting 3rd in the lineup. Kingery has a base hit and a run scored. Christian Marrero scored the other run for the Iron Pigs. Elnieri Garcia starting for the Pigs. He was just added to the roster. Here in D.C., we go to the bottom of the 5th inning. Anthony Rendon leads it off against Jake Thompson. And Rendon swings at the first pitch. Williams comes sprinting in and makes the sliding grab. What a way.
How did I know he was going to smile?
He does slide all over the place, doesn't he?
Sure does.
And now Matt Wieters.
Good play here by Nick. 1 pitch, 1 out.
Wieters playing in his 110th game behind the plate this year. He's been very durable for them. The leader among catchers is JT Realmuto. He has caught 124 games this year. Wow. But he was in the lineup again tonight in Atlanta. Number 2 is Buster Posey. And that's just as a catcher. Posey's also played games at first base. They signed Wieters late. Rolls over on it to second base. Bobbled for a moment by Cesar, who frustratingly fires it over to first. 4-3 on the putout, 2 away.
One of the greatest things I ever heard, you're talking about catchers and them getting a lot of games in. And when I was in camp with the Yankees for 2 seasons, obviously Jorge Posada was there. And I asked Georgie, he was always, he and Pudge were always in the league leading games played, games caught. And I asked Georgie, I said, Georgie, every year you're banging out, 151, 138, 143, 142, 137, 142. Every year. And I said, how do you do it? He said, I'm a catcher. I catch. I thought it was one of the greatest lines I ever heard.
But how does he do it?
He just basically wills himself to do it. He said, I'm a catcher, I catch.
Well, and the thing
he was
about him,
always catching day games after night games.
Yeah, and the thing about him too is that he also hit a lot of home runs.
Yes, his productivity offensively obviously contributed to that. But for that stretch there, it's incredible.
Taylor takes inside, 2-1.
Because you do get worn out, especially some of those long American League ball games.
Well, we mentioned this before. Taylor hit an inside the park home run earlier, and Aaron Altair did it back in September against the Nationals. Swing and a miss, 2-2. Bouncing ball over to third, picked up by Maikel Franco, and the inning is over. 5-3 of the putout. The 1-2-3 5th inning for Jake Thompson. We will go to the 6th inning. Nick Williams will lead it off when we come back. The bullpen with a newfound confidence. Uncertainty at times this season has become consistency for the back end of the relief corps as we head around the final turn of the 2017 season. As we arrive at September, the left side has been right on with Hobie Milner and Adam Morgan silencing opponents' bats. During the month of August, they combined for 24 1/3 innings pitched and only 1 earned run. The bullpen's success collectively is brought to you by Independence Blue Cross. Live fearless. Starting the ball game where the Phillies got 3 runs against Max Scherzer at the top of the first. We thought maybe we'd see the back end of the bullpen guys like Luis Garcia and Hector Neris, but the Nationals have turned it around thanks to an inside the park grand slam by Michael Taylor in the 3rd inning. And Scherzer has been able to ride that. He's allowed just 1 infield hit in the last 3 innings. He has at least 2 strikeouts in each of the last 3 innings. And Nick Williams, who has provided the only spark today, his birthday. He swings over the top of that slider, and it's 0-1.
He can swing at some first pitches, can't he?
Well, even when he hit the home run, as he hits that one to left field, he swung and fouled the first pitch off.
Right.
So he's 2 for 3. And Franco's coming up. Sunday at noon, get set for the Eagles season opener with Michael B., Ray Dittinger, Seth Joyner, and Barrett Brooks on Eagles pregame live. Following the game, they're on TCN to recap the action. Bookend the Birds season opener against the Redskins with CSN and TSN. Broncos 1 for 2, and infield hit his last time up. 1-1. Bouncer out to shortstop. That might be 2. There's 1. There's even kind of a soft flip from Trey Turner, but it turns out to be an easy double play. 6-4-3 and 2 outs, and here's Hyun-Soo Kim. Kim walked his first time up, flied out his second time. Fly ball left field, and Howie Kendrick's not going to get that one. It's going to go all the way to the wall, and Kim will wind up at second base, and he's there with a 2-out double.
Good piece of hitting on that curveball. Goes with it. Really nice job of hitting.
Ray Alfaro will come up.
That's where this location of this hook is. Down and away. Good extension.
Kim is hitting over 300 in his last 11 games now. Excuse me, last 16 games for the Phils. Alfaro has struck out twice. It's inside, 1-0.
Jorge not able to solve that slider tonight. Not many people can.
I think also that, if you're a young, inexperienced hitter, and he has one of the best repertoires in baseball, so he'll feast on that. They tried it there, and it was way out of the strike zone. So 2-0. Alfaro's hit in 6 straight. He is 6 for 19 on this road trip.
Exactly what you're talking about. 2-0. He's got a 4-run lead with 2 outs. He's got to throw me a fastball here.
And there's that slider slash cutter. Well, he got the fastball, but it was outside. 3-1.
I think right here, though, I know he just threw it 2-0. The slider, I think if you're Jorge, you got to sell out on the fastball here.
Slider again. Well, he's probably going to throw it again here, right?
I think.
He's channeling his Larry Anderson. Rios warming up in the bullpen. And that will put runners on first and second.
Off his wrist or his hand.
Looks like he's okay. He's trying to stretch it out right now. He has the guard, but it goes down obviously past his elbow just slightly. That did hit his hand.
Yeah. Right on the
top part.
Yeah. Fastball just gets away from Scherzer, tries to put a little more gas on it. Nice to see how that is with him having to catch, because it's on his catching hand.
J.P. Crawford is up. Crawford singled his first time up, and he flied out to left. He's 1 for 2. Crawford has something in common with Michael Taylor. Earlier this year, he had an inside the park grand slam. And it was all about his slide.
Yeah.
For Taylor, it was just all about, once it got past Herrera, how fast he could run around the bases. In fact, the 2015 inside the park grand slam by Aaron Altair, that was the first one in baseball since 1999. And down the right field line, that is a fair ball, and it's trickling toward De Aza. 1 run is in. Rounding third and holding there is Alfaro, and it's now a 7-4 ball game.
I don't know if JP didn't know where this ball was going to go, but first extra base hit. The young big leaguer.
And his first RBI in the major leagues. And Freddie Galvis is being introduced as a pinch hitter for the Phils.
Good swing here. Just gets that little slider, stays up. You see the bat explode. De Aza can't get to it in time. It's a double.
All right, so quick conversation now. Mike Maddox out to the mound to talk to Scherzer. Freddie Galvis will be introduced, or has been introduced, as a pinch hitter for the Phils.
Scherzer gets 2 outs on 4 pitches after the double play to Franco.
Oliver Perez warming up in the bullpen.
And then Kim gets his start here with a double left center field gap.
Freddie is just 2 for 22 as a pinch hitter. This will be his 54th game. There are 3 players in baseball that have played 54 games since the All-Star break. Freddie is one of them. So we get a miss, and it's 0-1. 6 for 30 against Scherzer in his career. Overall, Freddie hitting .257. Popped him up, shallow left field. Turner says he has it. He's under it. And that'll wrap up the 6th inning for the Phils. They do get a run back on the first Major League RBI for J.P. Crawford. It's 7-4 Nats as we go to the bottom of the 6th. By Jefferson Health. Call 800-JEF now or visit jeffersonhealth.org. And by Toyota. Find your favorite model today. Toyota, let's go places. Hello, Ben Davis and Greg Murphy. I'm Tom McCarthy. It's 7-4 Nationals here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Time now for our Toyota Turning Point. And we go back to the 3rd inning. Michael A. Taylor hits a line drive, misjudged by Odubel. Then he just missed it. And he wasn't really running all that hard after it. I don't think he realized that there was a chance Taylor could get it inside the park home run.
Well, either way, inside the park, grand salami. That definitely was your Toyota turning point. I agree with you. I think he could have made a better effort to run after that ball.
Well, here's Yaxel Rios to lead off the 6th inning against De Aza. The first pitch in there. It's 0-1. Diaz is 0 for 2. He's grounded out twice. Sells numbers 3.86 ERA. Two balls and 1 strike. Very speedy Andrew Stevenson is in the on-deck circle for the Nats. 3 balls and 1 strike, a fastball that runs away. There's Stevenson. Out to shortstop. Crawford's up with it. And 1 away. Time now for the Jeep Stuff the Fans Trivia Quiz answer. All right, Ben, the question one more time in case you forgot. What 2 teams has Ryan Matson played for between the Phillies and the Nationals?
That would be the Kansas City Royals
that
and
is
the
correct.
Oakland Athletics.
You are correct. Log back on to Phillies.com to find out if you're the winner of the Phillies prize pack. Won a world championship with the Royals.
And he signed with the Reds, but he just never pitched.
Correct. That was when he was still in the middle of Tommy John surgery coming back. Here is Stevenson. And Stevenson hitting 167 here in the big leagues. Spent time in AAA and AA this year. Hit 350 in AA. And they moved him up rather quickly. And hit 252 in AAA. Not a home run hitter, but his on-base percentage in the minor leagues, .336. 73 stolen bases since he was drafted in 2015. And he lines one to right field, a base hit. Stevenson holds up at first.
A ton of broken bats tonight.
Did sound like he broke his bat there too, right?
They also broke it the time before, the batter before Stevenson.
And here's Trey Turner, who is 2 for 3. An RBI single in the 2nd inning, doubled and scored a run in the 4th.
Jorge's hand seems to be okay. Watching this inning. Two of the hardest balls I've seen hit tonight. His double off the left center field wall, his last at bat, and this homer gets out in a hurry, almost into the stands above the Phillies bullpen. It's a 2-0 fastball, and right back over the plate.
So 9-4 Washington, and Howie Kendrick coming up. Kendrick is 1 for 3. Singled and scored in the 1st. And it's 2 balls and no strikes. Kendrick back toward the middle, past Crawford. And that's a base hit. 2nd hit.
lineup just keeps coming at you.
Yep, they've reached double digits in hits now. Alfaro out to the mound, and like he's pretty emphatic with what he was saying to Yaxel Rios. That's what you always talked about, Ben. There's certain guys that you could be emphatic about, certain guys you can't, but in that case it looked like he went out with a purpose.
Yeah, nothing wrong with that. There's certain guys you can, there's certain guys you can't, but there's certain times you have to. Whether the guy can take it or not, there's certain times you just have to go out there and let him know what's going on.
And the dirt blocked by Alfaro, and it's 1 ball and no strikes.
Excellent stop there.
He's still doing it. He's still pounding his glove.
Still don't know how those catchers wear those goalie masks.
Really?
And for me, they were so uncomfortable.
Fly ball left center field. That was well hit by Murphy. Odubel back toward the fence. He goes jumping, and it's off his glove in play. He gets it in towards second base. It'll be a double for Murphy. And now second and third with 1 man down.
Excellent effort there by Odubel. I thought the ball was going to leave the way it came off the bat. Odubel takes a good route to it. It just hits off this. It's like it hit off his wrist, his left wrist. It's a tough play, but I think if you were to ask Odubel.
Yeah, he's definitely upset that he didn't grab that one.
Yeah.
Alfaro back to the mound again. Yeah, he's still honked about it out in the outfield. We said in the first inning that he probably got into Scherzer's head a little bit. I think since then it's the other way around.
Yeah.
Outside 1-0. Still not happy about it.
I'd like to see that, though. I mean,
yeah. Like him to get it on his hand before the pitch comes in.
That would help.
Fouled back, and it's 1 ball and 2 strikes to Zimmerman. Gosh darn glove.
Well, it's definitely big enough.
Infield in for the Phils. Zimmerman hits it back toward the middle of base hit. 1 run is in. They're going to hold Murphy at third. Second RBI of the night for Zimmerman. He now has 95 on the year. It's still just 1 man down.
Still no action in the Phillies bullpen.
Anthony Rendon is next up. Tom McClure on the horn.
Going to have to get some. That's 5 straight hits.
Yeah, and obviously he's not fooling anybody. Rendon is 0 for 3. 12 hits tonight for the Nationals. Got a pitch inside, 1 ball and no strikes. Popped him up. And Hoskins over at first is there. He makes the catch. 2 outs.
Kevin Seagrass is going to start getting loose there in the Phillies bullpen.
Ground ball foul past Hoskins at first. It's even 1-1 to Wieters. It's been a 25 pitch inning. This will be the 25th pitch for Yaxel Rios. Let's see if he can put him away here and get out of this inning. Scherzer likes all these runs. His day is done. His bullpen can get 9 outs. He's going to pick up his 14th win of the season. Outside 3-2. Swing and a miss. Wieters certainly helped out Rios there. The inning is over. 3 runs scored. Max Scherzer's lead has been padded as we go to the 7th. Time now for your Delaware Valley Honda dealers game summary. Well, the Phillies jumped out to a 3-0 lead thanks to Nick Williams, his 10th home run of the year. Williams has 2 hits tonight. Jake Thompson, though, was let down by his defense in a 4-run third inning. He should have been out of that inning without any runs scoring. But Michael A. Taylor's inside the park grand slam gave the Nats the lead, and they are front running right now on top 10-4. And Max Scherzer is the receiver of all those runs. Stevenson stays in the ball game, and he is out in left field. And Oliver Perez will take over on the mound. Perez in his 43rd game, a 3.34 ERA. Kind of a situational guy for the Nationals, just 29 2/3 innings. Facing Cesar Hernandez, Odubel Herrera, and Rhys Hoskins here in the 7th. He delivers a strike to start it out. It's 0-1.
Oliver Perez with a myriad of windups and deliveries.
Yeah, there's 2 different ones right there. Swing and a miss. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Cesar popped out, flied out, and grounded out in his 3 at bats here tonight.
Still rushing it up there.
That one hits the first base bag and rolls into foul territory. Cesar around first and holds up there. So he has a leadoff single here in the 7th inning.
Out of the box late.
He did. I think he just he thought it was going to go foul or didn't know where it was.
Zimmerman didn't even move. He just stands there.
In reality, you would think he was on second base, or should be with his speed. Give Diaz a credit because he went right after it. And now Odubel, who is 0 for 2 with a walk and a run scored. And a line drive off the glove of Perez, and he bobbles it once and twice, and that means everybody is safe. If he had caught that cleanly, it would have been a double play, because Cesar was off that first base bag.
That hurt. Hoping they give him a hit, extend that hitting streak.
I would think they'll give that a hit.
You'd think. But when he goes to bobble, he still would have had him at first base. That's the only question. I'm with you. I think they have to.
So runners on first and second. Here's Hoskins. It is a base hit. So his hitting streak is now at 21 games. Hitting .387 during that stretch. It's the longest hitting streak since Chase Utley's 35-game hitting streak back in 2006 for a Philly. Two and one. In the air to left center field. That ball is well hit. It is gone into the flower bed in the Phillies bullpen. It's a 3-run home run. And that makes it a 10-7 ball game.
That got out in a hurry. 104 miles an hour off the bat. The second 3-run jack of the night.
Well, 13th home run, 30 RBIs now for Hoskins, and that ends an 0 for 10 stretch for him.
Tom, you and I were just talking in between innings. I said Reese needs to get a knock here. Well, he does it in a fine fashion.
All right, so Hoskins goes yard. It's a 10-7 ball game. Matt Albers starts to warm up in the bullpen quickly for the Nationals. The Phillies have made this a ball game again. Here's Albers.
I think this will be his last hitter.
Williams is 2 for 3. He had a 3-run home run back in the first. Little looper out to right field. A 3-hit night for Williams. And Nick is thinking about 2. Puts the brakes on. So that is 4 consecutive hits for the Phillies.
I wish it every day could be his birthday.
Yeah, really. And Michael Franco is coming up. Dusty Baker is about to ascend up the stairs. Matt Wieters is out to give Albers a little more time. Mike Maddox went back to the phone just to check on Albers. Looks like he is just about ready. And here we go with Dusty, I think.
Third baseman Michael Franco.
There we go. I knew it was only a matter of time. All right, so Dusty's heading out. That's going to be it for Oliver Perez. He'll be lifted from this ball game. We've got a pitching change here at Nationals Park. Phil's down 10-7. Arrived in the big leagues, Rhys Hoskins has always given us something to smile about. That's right, cricket. Something to smile about after his 3-run home run. 13 home runs here in the big leagues for Hoskins. 30 runs batted in.
He was due.
Well, the Phillies have sent Oliver Perez to the showers, and that means Matt Albers is coming in. Albers has been excellent for the Nationals. 55th ball game. The veteran right-hander has an earned run average of 1.71.
It's always been very durable.
Well, Albers has 12 1/3 scoreless innings under his belt. The guy above him, Hobie Milner's warming up in the bullpen for the Phillies. He's at 12 2/3. Strasburg, well, if he pitches on Sunday, we'll will accent the fact that he has not allowed a run in 26 innings.
It's hard to believe.
There's Michael Franco with a runner at first base and nobody out. Franco hit into a double play his last time up.
You get a steady diet of sinker, 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 sinker.
I thought maybe a slider to start this at bat, but you're right. There you go. He ran back toward the middle of the plate.
Yeah, that was a good one to hit.
But it's 0-1.
He will mix in the slider from time to time, but relies heavily on that sinker.
He has stranded 20 of the 34 inherited runners. Seems like a lot of runners to score. Fouls it back. Couple of hittable pitches for Franco that he missed, and you can see in his body language he knows it. And it's 0-2.
Yeah, those first two were 91 and 92. Cookies.
Little tapper in front of the plate. And Albers picks it up and throws out Franco. 1-3 on the put out. And Hyun-Soo Kim is coming up. Well, Murphy, this has certainly been a heck of a run for the Washington Nationals, and it kind of shows you that baseball is a little cyclical when it comes to division crowns and success.
Oh, absolutely. You know, if you just take a look back at a couple of the seasons, and you can always kind of pinpoint who's been on top for a while. And certainly if you look back over the last 4 seasons, Washington Nationals are a team in the National League that have been near or close to the top, certainly winning divisions and winning a lot of baseball games. Los Angeles Dodgers would be another team that would be on that list. In fact, if you go back and look at the last 4 seasons, it would go Dodgers with 461 wins, then the Nationals, and then the Cardinals. And to put that in perspective for Philadelphia, think back to when the Phillies were making their run, 2007 to 2011. Yankees were tops, 478 wins in that time period, that 4-year time period. Phillies 473 wins during that time period. The Red Sox right behind them. So the Phillies and the New York Yankees and the Red Sox actually have more wins during that 4-year span than the top teams in the last 4 are having now. Now, these guys have a chance to win another 15, 20 games before it's all said and done. They might be able to eclipse that number, but it just goes to show you that when the Phils were making their run back in the 07, 08, 09, 10 time period, they were putting together some pretty terrific seasons, much like the Nationals are doing nowadays.
There's a line drive base hit by Kim. Here comes Williams heading home. The throw to the plate. Caught by Wieters. He tags Williams out.
Wow, what a throw.
What a throw. And that was a good play by Wieters, too, to grab it on one hop. 8th outfield assist for Taylor.
Just about to say that percentage of inherited runners to score is just going to go up.
Well, our Hyundai defensive play of the game, you just saw it. I mean, this is a huge play.
It is a huge play. He gets to it quickly, but really comes through that baseball, avoids the mound, and right on the money. And Matt Wieters at home plate. That is your Hyundai defensive play of the game, brought to you by your local Hyundai dealer.
Ben, you caught for a long time. He's got a little gold on that glove because he has won gold gloves before, and that wasn't an easy play on that hop because it was an awkward hop up.
But it was fairly true for.
It's true. Watch the hop though. Boom.
Yeah.
I mean, he has to reach out and grab it.
Nothing Nick could do. I mean, he slides and kind of slid right into the tag.
Alfaro had 1-0. 2 balls and no strikes. Back got a piece of Wieters.
Take a look. He's in position. He goes down to one knee, which I don't recommend. I guess he knew exactly where that was going to bounce up to him. And the reason I say don't go down to one knee like that, because if you're down on one knee, you're locked into a position. If that ball takes any kind of a funny hop, you're not going to be able to adjust to it.
And Alfaro is hit for a second time. That means the tying run is coming to the plate. J.P. Crawford. Cassie Pete Buchanan, we're about to head out.
He was going to start that swing, but
hit him in the elbow.
Back right elbow. He's got left hand and right elbow. That play at home plate, I kind of associate like a first baseman. If you're a first baseman, you're expecting to throw. You can't just get automatically out into your stretch.
Right.
Because you got to see what side of the bag the throw is going to be to. If you get out there and you're locked up, you're not going to be able to get to it.
Yeah, if that had kangarooed a little higher, he may not have been able to get to it.
Exactly. So this is the play. He goes down to a knee.
I'm still shocked that Williams didn't score.
Yeah, he gets set up here, but goes down to a knee. I mean, if that goes any farther at all to either side, higher or lower, he's not going to be able to get it.
Crawford takes a strike, 0-1. And 2 as he fouls it off.
One of those sinkers just a little bit more on the inside corner. Tie this puppy up.
Broken bat. Looper down the right field line in foul territory. That's the second time tonight that he's broken his bat on a play like that or a ball like that. And he'll get a new one. Balls at 2 strikes. Crawford trying to keep the offense going. The Phils now with 11 hits on the night. They've made it a 3-run game on Hoskins' 3-run home run. In the dirt. sure if fans got a clear view of that pitch. It was down and away, and now it's 2-2. Bouncing ball out to second base, and it's gobbled up by Murphy. The inning is over. The Phils do get 3 more, though, to pull within 3. A 3-run home run by Rhys Hoskins. A heck of a play by Wieters and Taylor to stop the scoring. Ticket bundle. That's right. In honor of Rhys Hoskins being named the National League Rookie of the Month for August, the bundle includes a ticket in the scoreboard porch and a limited edition Rhys Lightning t-shirt for $17. Bundle good while supplies last for the Oakland series starting Friday, September 15th through Sunday, September 17th. Visit Phillies.com/Rhys Lightning to order your tickets, and you get that great shirt right there. Hoskins just hit his 13th home run of the game. The season, I should say, and that's made it a 10-7 ball game. So now bottom of the 7th inning, Hobie Milner is in. And Milner delivers a breaking ball, and it's 0-1. Michael A. Taylor has singled. He's also hit an inside the park grand slam. He's grounded out to third. See Milner's numbers, 2.01 ERA. Ground ball left side. Crawford backhands, has to hurry, and does. Dug out by Hoskins. Safe at first. And first base umpire Will Little took some time before he called it. But he does move up the line, doesn't he?
He sure does, and I think it's a play that JP realized that everything plays a bit quicker up here in the big leagues. It's a ball that he should try and circle as opposed to just tell from that angle.
Well, it's kind of like the play last night, but it looks like he's safe.
Yeah.
In fact, the Phillies are not going to challenge it.
Well, it's a play I think JP should circle around that ball, get his momentum going towards first base as opposed to just straight going the backhand and relying purely on arm strength.
It's all part of the maturation process, because you're right, it is a faster game up here.
Yes.
Even some of the there was the ball up the middle earlier tonight where he didn't get to it, and I'm not saying that he should have gotten to it, but I think let's say next year at this time he'll be able to get to it. De Aza is 0 for 3. He's grounded out 3 times. He shows bunt, bunts it toward first. Hoskins has it, flips to Milner covering. And the sacrifice is successful, 3-1.
Good play there by Rhys and Hobie to get over there.
And now Bautista's going to pinch hit for Stevenson. Miguel Bautista is 1 for 3 as a pinch hitter this year.
Be careful, Taylor here, trying to take third. Vary your looks, mix it up.
First pitch a bit high at 90, 1-0.
Pete said he's trying to put that a little bit more on the pitcher's shoulders with a runner on second to vary their times. Maybe do one look and then throw.
1 ball and 1 strike.
Do 2 looks and then go. Maybe do no looks. Do an inside move from time to time just to make sure that runner on second is not going to be taking advantage.
Inside and low.
It seems like that pitch down and in. Adam had a couple last night, but the pitch down and in, Jorge seems to be kind of stabbing that instead of receiving.
Go out of play, 2-2. Kinsler warming up in the bullpen. Check swing, and now 3-2. Got him. Tied him up and picked up the second out of the inning. But now you got a little heavy lifting with Trey Turner coming up. Turner has 3 hits in his last 3 at bats. He's 3 for 4. It's a big out there to get Bautista.
Awkward swing.
Takes it inside. It's 1 ball and no strikes. Brian Ramos in the bullpen. Last cycle, April 25th, by this guy. He's hogging the cycles.
What is the record for cycles?
In a season?
In a career. Probably some guy from early 1900s.
Low ball 4, so no cycle in the 7th inning for Trey Turner. Walk with runners on first and second. Beltre of the Rangers and the Mariners first has 3. That is tied with Bob Musial from the Yankees in 1921, 22, and 28. They each have 3. That's the American League record. And then Babe Herman also has 3. That's the National League record. He did that in the 30s. Prior to 1900, John Riley had 3.
So 3.
Yeah, 3.
I would have thought it'd be more than that.
Well, but it's not a common thing, this cycle.
It's not, but the game's been around for a lot of years.
All right, so after meeting on the mounds, Randy Reed will be the pinch hitter. This is the pitcher's spot in the order. Reed hitting .333. 1 for 3 in his young major league career. Breaking ball. Ground ball toward the hole. Diving stop by Crawford to his feet. No play, and the bases are loaded. But he saved a run.
Knock it down. Well done, JP. Funny, I was talking with Jock Jones, the assistant hitting coach for the Nats, before the game, and he was talking about it. He goes, and Reed, for a catcher, can roll. Witness there. He gets down the line. JP, nice job at just keeping that ball in the infield. Looks up and sees Reed well down the line.
Bases are now loaded for Daniel Murphy. Lefty on lefty here for Hobie Milner. Trying to keep this at a 3-run game. Outside 1-0. That's a strike, and it's 2-1.
A lot of confidence in that slider to throw it 2-0.
Center field, long run for everybody. Kim is there, and he makes the catch, and Milner gets out of it as he leaves them loaded here in the 7th inning. No runs, 2 hits, 3 men left. We'll head to the 8th. Nationals up 10-7. Your local Ford store. Check out every new Ford car, truck, and SUV crossover at buyfordnow.com today. And buy Yellowwood brand pressure treated pine. If it doesn't have this yellow tag, you don't want it. Top of the 8th inning, Phillies down 3. It's a 10-7 ball game. Bautista stays in the ball game. He's in right field for the Nationals. Moving from right field to left field is De Aza. And Brandon Kinsler is the new pitcher for the Nationals. He pitched in last night's ball game, 2-0 with a 2.60 earned run average. Kinsler will face Andres Blanco to lead things off.
It started again.
Swing and a miss. Blanco on the year hitting 195. He's been hitting the ball better lately, particularly in these situations. Takes outside, 1 ball and 1 strike. That was a changeup from Kinsler.
Andres got robbed of an extra base hit last night.
Yeah, by Michael Taylor. He's had himself a heck of a series.
Sure has.
Popped him up outside of third. Rendon over near the tarp and has room. And 1 out. Back to the top of the order for Cesar Hernandez. Got to give Mike Rizzo credit for rebuilding this bullpen. I mean, it was atrocious at the beginning of the year. It was really the worst bullpen in the National League.
By far and away the worst.
But that was the key, that they knew they had enough offense. They knew as long as everybody was healthy, they'd have enough pitching. And a strike to the knees, and it's 0-1 to Cesar. Joe Blanton, Ryan Matson. Blanton was with the team for the beginning. Matson was added late. Two. In the dirt, 1-2. Fouled away. Remains 2 balls and 2 strikes. Bouncing ball out to second base, and Murphy is up with it. Cesar hustling up the line, is thrown out 4-3. There are 2 outs, and Odubel Herrera is coming up. Double is 1 for 3 tonight with a couple runs scored. He singled his last time up off the glove of Oliver Perez. That extended his hitting streak to 21 consecutive games. Inside, it's 1-0. Down low, 2-0. Talked last night about the fact that Kinsler came over from Minnesota. Minnesota has a 1-game lead over the Angels for that final wild card spot in the American League. And everybody needs bullpen help. But sometimes people just need to change the scenery a little bit too. Fly ball center field. Taylor's out there. And that will wrap up the 8th inning. So a scoreless 8th inning for Kinsler as the Phillies go down in order. We'll move to the bottom of the 8th. 10-7, Nationals on top. Friday, September 15th, will the Phillies take on the Oakland Athletics. It's the Goldbergs night at Citizens Bank Park, and all fans coming to the ballpark will receive the retro slap bracelet. Series creator and Philadelphia area native Adam Goldberg and actor Troy Gentile, who plays Barry, and Barry is Adam's older brother in real life, will be on hand. Philly themed clips from the show will be featured throughout the game on Fanavision. Adam and I were talking the other day about the night, and I said, what kind of stories do you have about growing up in Philadelphia about the Phillies? He said, well, we used to go to 2 or 3 games a year at the Vet growing up. He said, which was great. He said, one of my biggest memories was back when the Phillies won the World Series in 1980. His brother Barry wanted to go to the game, and his dad wouldn't take him. He said it was easier to watch the game at home. Well, his dad's name is Murray on the show, and that's his name in real life. He said typical Murray logic. When the Phillies won, Barry lost his mind and flipped out. To this day, he still complains about not having the chance to go watch the Phillies win the 1980 World Championship in person. As Zimmerman takes a strike from Hector Neris, who's on here in the 8th inning trying to keep this in a 3-run game. Anyway, anybody who has seen the show, it obviously has a thick Philadelphia flavor to it.
Sure does.
2-1. And that night will have a thick Goldberg's flavor to the ballpark. Fly ball to right field. Nick Williams is there. And he comes in to make the catch. 1 out here in the 8th inning. Every time the Phillies pitchers retire, the opposition 1-2-3, which has happened 1 time so far. Comcast will make a contribution to Phillies charities. Phillies baseball is brought to you by Xfinity. Xfinity X1 will change the way you experience TV. Now Rendon is coming up. Down the left field line, and that is a fair ball going to the corner. And Rendon's going to get a double out of it.
Quick bat.
As the ball kicked out of the corner.
And he's probably watching the at bat with Zimmerman. How did he attack Zimmerman? Well, he goes first pitch fastball in. That's what he does to Rendon, and Rendon turns on it. Just pulls his hands in and keeps it fair.
And this ball, as it kicks into the corner, Kim was able to make sure Rendon didn't get any farther than second base. All right, so meeting on the mound as Alfaro and Neris are chatting. Standing in. It'll be Wieters, then Taylor. Change up, or split, I should say. Wieters 0 for 3, couple of ground outs and a strikeout. He walked and scored. And a foul tip 0-2. Phillies half of the 9th inning. Hoskins will lead it off. It'll be Hoskins, Williams, and Franco. Doolittle is warming up. So is Kelly. I guess it all depends on if it's a save situation or not. Good pitch. Got Wieters on the split. 2 away here in the 8th inning. Time to get updated on what's going on around baseball. Here's Greg Murphy. Murph.
All right, thanks, Tom. It's our unlimited baseball break presented by T-Mobile. And the Cleveland Indians, they have done it again. A 5-0 win tonight over the Baltimore Orioles, number 16 in a row. During the streak, they've outscored their opponents 114-28. 114-28. Tonight was their 5th shutout during the streak as well, and it's now tied for the 2nd longest streak in the last 50 years. Those are the numbers on the streak. And personal milestone for Milwaukee Brewers Ryan Braun, career home run number 300 tonight. Hit it off of John Lackey. He's the 145th major leaguer to ever reach that plateau. Number 300 for Ryan Braun. Also happened to be the 200th home run for the Milwaukee Brewers this season. Funny how that kind of stuff works out. Number 300 for Ryan Braun, 200 for the Brewers.
Oh man, Taylor again down the left field line, going to the corner, and he's on his way to second. This time the ball gets away from Kim, and Taylor's on his way to third. And he's at third with what I assume will be a double and then an E7. But he gets another RBI. He's got 5 tonight.
I think he'll go down to triple.
You think so?
I do. Triple. Have a night. Short swing. Pretty much the same ball that Rendon just hit, but this one kicks away from Kim. And just like that, Doolittle will sit down.
One ball and 2 strikes to De Aza. Taylor now with a career high 5 RBIs. Has a home run, 2 singles, and what they're calling a triple. And the 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. And the inning is over. But the Nationals tack on another run. Taylor, he's had a busy night. Let's see if Rhys Hoskins can continue his busy night. We'll be back at the top of the 9th right after this. By Cure Auto Insurance. It's a lot to talk about tonight because the Phils have they've given up their share of runs. Post-game show will feature Michael Barquette and Tommy Green. Talk about the rough defensive night for the Phils, specifically Odubel Herrera. Home runs for Hoskins and Williams, and a couple hits and nice defensive plays at shortstop by J.P. Crawford. Now as we go to the top of the 9th inning, it'll be Sean Kelly with an ERA of 6.85 to face Rhys Hoskins, who is 1 for 3 with a 3-run home run. Hoskins, Williams, and Franco here in the 9th inning. So he's down by 4. Fastball, and it's 0-1. A little decisiveness by Rhys.
Keep in mind, he's never seen these guys. It's one thing to watch him on film.
Totally agree.
One thing to watch him on film, but it might be a completely different story once you get in that box.
In the dirt. You can even see that in the at-bats against Scherzer. You know, the one, I mean, I know he struck out a couple of times, but you know, he had a really long at-bat the last time. I think the next time he faces Scherzer, it'll be a totally different approach from his standpoint. Pete had a good conversation. Good, you know, it was a good topic to talk about today, where he talked about adjustments. He said, you know, some guys just don't make adjustments. He was talking in some ways about Franco, but he was also talking about Jorge's catching, you know, making adjustments behind the plate. But he said, you know, if you're going to stick up here in the big leagues over the long haul, you have to make adjustments. And somebody like Nick Williams has made adjustments as his rookie year has gone on. Hoskins made adjustments in that at bat, and now he has a leadoff single here in the 9th inning.
And we talk about that all the time. I mean, it could be year to year, month to month, week to week, or in this at bat, pitch to pitch.
Williams is 3 for 4, 3-run home run, 2 singles. His average up to 282. His RBI total up to 43. And he takes inside 1-0.
One more knock for the birthday boy.
That's right. And a line drive base hit into center field. There's that other knock.
Asking you shall receive.
Yeah, it's a 4-hit night for Nick Williams.
A big deal.
So now the Phils have 2 runners on with nobody out. There's a pretty good chance that Doolittle's going to start the throw. Yep, there he is. He's up already on the mound. He's throwing in the Nationals bullpen, because we are looking at a save situation right now. Mike Maddox is going out. Well, it's nice to see the Phils kicking up a little bit of a storm here in this inning.
And if they are not able to mount the full comeback, it's have some momentum offensively going into tomorrow's game.
13 hits tonight for the Phillies.
Seems like we've been saying that a lot lately.
Yeah. Well, you think about the offensive numbers since the All-Star break. All right, overall the Phillies are 24-29. 5 games under 500. They would have the 3rd best record in the National League East since the All-Star break, hitting .264, which is 11th in all of baseball. 178 extra base hits coming into tonight. That's 7th in all of baseball, and that's since the All-Star break. Maikel Franco fouls the first pitch back. Down low, 1 ball, 1 strike. By the way, Nick Williams has 3 RBIs tonight since he's been called up, ranked 2nd only to Josh Bell among rookies in all baseball. 2 balls and 1 strike to Franco.
That run in the 9th, or the last inning, I'm sorry, last half of the 8th. Big run. I mean, Maikel could be the tying run right now.
Taylor coming up with the extra base hit. His 5th RBI. Check swing. Did he go? Nope. It's 3-1. Taylor thought it might have been located properly. Kim's on deck. Kim's had a pretty good night offensively.
Sure has.
In the air to left field. That ball is well hit, and it is gone. A 3-run home run that's made this a 1-run game. It's 11-10 Nationals, and Dusty Baker's going to come out of the dugout before Maikel Franco even reaches 3rd base.
Exit velo 109. 3, count them, 3. The Phillies fans love it. 3 3-run homers tonight for the Fighting Phils.
But basically their offense, that's going to be it for Sean Kelly, who's not making any friends here in Nationals Park. So Doolittle's coming up. Tommy Joseph is going to step up when we come back. Game 11-10 with his 3-run home run. The home run is 19th of the year, 65 runs batted in. And now Doolittle's going to come into the ball game to take over for Sean Kelly. Kelly did not retire anybody in tonight's outing.
2 Nats pitchers gave up 3 runs without recording an out.
Here's that swing by Franco.
It's a 92-mile-an-hour fastball. I think that was middle. It's called getting yourself into it. How big was that check swing on the 2-1 slider?
Absolutely.
First base umpire Will Little said Michael did not go. Put him in that 3-1 count.
All right, so Tommy Joseph pinch hits for Hyun-Soo Kim with nobody out. 21 runs and 30 hits combined. Tommy takes on the outside corner. And it's 1 ball and no strikes. Popped up foul. It's 0-2. Pick up the 0-2 pitch to Joseph. That one's fouled back just below us. About 70 feet. And it remains 0-2. Tommy and then Alfaro. And J.P. Crawford for the Phillies with nobody out. Doolittle has converted every save opportunity he's had as a member of the Nationals. And Tommy Joseph is down on strikes. 1 away here in the 9th inning. A little different look to this bullpen with Doolittle, Matson, and Kinsler from the last time we saw this team. And now Alfaro's coming up. He's been hit by a pitch twice.
Yeah, the addition of those 3, it's literally having 3 closers.
Yeah. strikeouts for Doolittle. 2 outs here in the 9th inning.
Poor little Bo Jackson there, taking the bat over his knee. It's just too big a swing. 0-2. He climbs the ladder, but see his head coming out. It's just too big a swing.
And now J.P. Crawford. Phillies down by 1. J.P. waves at the first pitch. Balls in 1 strike. J.P. tonight is 2 for 4, a double and a single. He has an RBI tonight. Fouls it away, and it's 0-2. 97. Toward left field and out of play. Rouser gave it a look, so we'll do it again. Aaron Altera's come out in the on-deck circle. Rail Riders have defeated Lehigh Valley in Game 2 of the International League playoffs 4-2, so the series now tied at 1 win apiece. Game 3 will be in Scranton. Angelo Moore 3 for 4 with an RBI. The ball's 2 strikes now to Crawford.
Seen out of these Phillies hitters tonight, not a whole lot of fear up there, which you love to see. He's going to get up against Scherzer. Some of these rookies up for the battle.
Now the 2-2 pitch to Crawford. Fouls it away again. 95 on that one. It's pretty much fastballs here by Doolittle.
Yeah.
To wrap up his 17th save for the Washington Nationals as the Phillies lose it by 1, 11-10. Well, they gave it a run here in the 9th inning. A 3-run home run by Maikel Franco made it a 1-run game, but just too many mistakes tonight for the Phillies defensively to overcome the Washington Nationals. Michael Taylor is our Chevrolet player of the game, an inside the park grand slam. He also had a couple of singles and a triple and a career high 5 runs batted in. The inside the park home run by Michael Taylor. It was our W.B. Mason delivery of the game.
You just mentioned Tom, 3rd inning. This is just a little slider here. Michael A. Taylor gets it over the head of Odubel. Ball just kept rising. Odubel gets to it, but way too late. Relay throw from J.P. Crawford, too late. That is your run-of-the-mill inside the park grand slam. That is your W.B. Mason delivery of the game.
Yeah, just 2 sloppy